Welcome back. Time now is 6:20. So it is tempting to want to snap a selfie after getting your COVID-19 vaccine. I'm guilty as charged, but if you do, you'll actually be putting yourself at risk in many ways.
Yeah, if you're scrolling through Instagram, you've probably seen this quite a bit. But tech expert and host of Strategy Hacker Livestream, Shelly Palmer, joins us now. Shelly, you've seen this all on Instagram and social media. We know that we're not supposed to be posting photos of our vaccine cards, but what about just posting a selfie?
So look, healthcare providers go out of their way to protect your private information. It's called PHI, protected health information. And when you go on social media and you post, "I've been vaccinated," what you've done is you've just put your medical records online for anybody who's scraping to see. So you've really put yourself in a crazy place, because while the insurance companies cannot scrape public social media to learn about you, so that they can't raise your rates if you post, "Oh, I have a heart valve," or "I got vaccinated," there are people who make a living, a lot of people who make a living scraping social media to aggregate profiles. That's a fancy way of saying collecting information people publicly post, and that's publicly available about everybody. And they form these profiles and they sell them, and insurance companies can buy them. So if you must post, and it's great to be proud of this, and I think people should get vaccinated, and I think they should post. What you should do, take the picture and put the graphic, whatever you want to write it on a card and hold it up and go, "I've been vaccinated." Don't write that in text, because the text is what gets scraped. The picture can't be understood by a computer right now. The shot in the arm, no computer is going to figure that out. But if you write in the text underneath and you describe, "I've been vaccinated, fabulous day," you know what? Just write "fabulous day" and leave the vaccinated out. Because if a computer could infer from what you've written that you've been vaccinated, you've just published your personal, private, protected health information. Don't do it.
And the reason that's such a big deal is because, like you said, there are so many the medical world has been so careful in, following the guidelines to protect our information. So here we are posting it, thinking that, hey, we're going to let people know this is, I'm being part of the solution. And you're saying that medical insurance companies can actually look at that, and people who scrape the bottom of the barrel can say, hey, I'm going to go after you.
What I was going to say is that the insurance companies can't legally do that themselves, but people who aggregate profiles and say, "I have profiles of people who we believe are diabetic. I have profiles of people we believe have been vaccinated. I have profiles of people..." They can sell those profiles, and they do. The amount of data for sale online would shock you, I'm sure, and the amount of your information that's out there would shock you.
But Shelly, what I'm not understanding, though, is how is showing that you've been vaccinated a negative thing to you into your profile for these health companies?
It's a really important point, Bianca. One piece of information is meaningless. I know your name, it doesn't mean anything. I know your phone number, it doesn't mean anything. I know your address or that you've been vaccinated, doesn't mean anything. But if I know your name, address, you've been vaccinated, what you had for dinner last night, and where you live, I can now infer all kinds of stuff about you. The data is more powerful in the presence of other data. And whenever you put personal health information, protected health information out there, it's protected for a reason. You don't know how it's going to be aggregated. You don't know how it's going to be used. Err on the side of caution. Put a little sign in the picture. Computers can't scrape the picture and read the picture, at least not yet. They can't, not in any meaningful way. Just don't graphically describe in words what's happening, because there you're literally telling any algorithm that's looking, "I fit into this class, this category, cluster me there, put me there." You'll start getting telemarketing calls from people who are like, "Oh, so you've been vaccinated, you can do this, you can do that. You haven't been vaccinated, you can do this, you can do that." Don't put yourself out there like that. Just don't. There's no reason for the world to know everything about you. I mean, I know it's important. Like, if you don't take a picture, it didn't happen. I tell you what, in this case, take a picture if it happened, be proud of it, hold up a sign, write it silently, do not in text describe that picture. It's called metadata, data that describes other data. Computers love it, hackers love it, profile aggregators love it. Don't put yourself out there. There's no reason to do it. I'm not being paranoid, I'm being paranoid.
We understand. We're picking up what you're putting down. Okay, thank you so much, Shelly Palmer, for joining us.